Hey guys, what's up? Joe Barnes here. So I'm gonna be like super truthful here. Like for the past 8 months, about 8 months ago, almost a year ago, like one of our students got me into something, and I was like, whatever. And it was a product that she actually does really well at, and with regards to that, it was Young Living, and I was just like, whatever, no big deal. And what had really happened was the student of mine had gotten hired by one of the largest global earners of Young Living to do her social media. And with regards to that, the student of ours runs a social media company. So, like over the past 8 months, like what she learned from this global earner was just like huge, just things you wouldn't normally learn from, just getting into a network marketing thing or whatnot. And she like told me, she's like, Joe, you gotta get this product. And she's been in the product for a few years and used it for her own health benefits. But then once she started getting with the global earner, started seeing the money. And which was cool, which I have no complaints about, right? I love money, so it's no big deal. But she started talking more and more about it, and talking more and more about the product, talking more and more about the way, just the way the market trends, things like that, and the trending of the market. And I really started seeing this because I have toddlers, and a lot of you who are on my Facebook page, or a lot of you who are on my any of my fan pages or my Facebook page, or whatever the case is, wherever you see me, you'll understand I have like this deep affinity for my kids. And the big affinity that I have for them is clean living. Like a lot of you, if you don't know me, I'm like 90% vegetarian. I try to maintain a pretty healthy house. I try to be pretty healthy. With regards to that though, I try to have a chemical-free home. And the biggest reason I've started with a chemical-free home is because of my kids. And I didn't want my kids to have all these chemicals I grew up with. And I'll kind of give you a quick story that I have family members that were, that have used chemicals in the house, like strong detergents and bleaches and ammonias and stuff like that. And now they have some major health issues going on. And I've seen this, and I said, I've subjected myself to this like for years, but if I can prevent my kids from being subjected to it, like years ago, it was no big deal, but now we're starting to see the effects that these harsh chemicals are having, to our health. Even so much that the one student who introduced this stuff to me showed that, now there's studies being shown that, lung cancer is starting to be more and more progressive in for people who are stay-at-home parents because of the cleaning agents that they're using, cleaning your house with these harsh chemicals. And guys, ladies, gentlemen, we all know it's bad for you. Right? So imagine if it's bad for you, imagine your little ones. So I started using Young Living cleaning products because they're all natural. They're I'll be honest with you, this is the first time that I really I've been using them, but the first time I really got into them and started understanding the foundation of all of it and the health benefits behind it. Like I can use it for my food, I can use it, for de-stressors, stuff like that. But like I said, the biggest thing that I use it for is I use it for cleaning. And I'm going to show you right here. Like this right here is a bottle of cleaning agent. And I'm going to show you right here. This is my kids' stuff right here. And I'm going to show you, like, I spray this stuff, like, here, we got to clean the mirrors here. Like, I spray this stuff on the mirrors. Let me kind of do this. Like, I'm a single dad, guys, so, big thing is I'm not super whatever. Well, I am kind of. I'm just real adamant about my kids' health and the germs and stuff like that, and them being sick and not taking them to the doctors. And this particular stuff right here that I put, it's like 2 tablespoons to that with water, and I call it good. It's chemical free. I use it around their toothbrushes. Guys, like, I could actually spray this on their toothbrushes. This is a disinfectant, and it's a disinfectant that I actually use in one of those ionizers or diffusers or whatever you want to call it. And here, like, I spray all their stuff with it. I get those little kid boogers off of there. There, clean my, you guys get to watch me clean. I clean the little kid boogers off of there, right? And I call it a day. Look, you guys can watch me clean. Pretty simple, right? Too easy. And I make sure everything's nice and clean for them. And I'll be honest with you, it keeps the germs down to a minimum. I clean their entire bathroom with it. And again, it's really because what I've been seeing as of late in the news, right? And it's starting to become an issue or a problem. And again, I don't want my kids subjected to these harsh chemicals that these companies, really, I'm against the big establishment. I'm against big establishment. I'm against all that stuff, right? No, just eat it. And GMO, like, I'm non-GMO. I try to get as much organic stuff as possible. Not that my kids eat organic stuff, but I try to get them to eat as good as I possibly can for as how old they are, and they're not, they're toddlers. And again, I'm a single dad, so I try to be conscious and aware of what I put into my little one's body. And one of the biggest things that I started out with was the cleaning agents, because I found that I was going through the house and I was like, oh, I'm going to disinfect everything, and I'm disinfecting it with bleaches and ammonias and all this stuff. And I'm going, like, there's residue on there. And again, we have gotten older and we don't know what the effects are. And I see it in some of my family members that have used this stuff, and like, they used to really go hog wild, and they have some major lung issues going on. And I was like, my kids are too important to me to do something like that to them. So I started using all natural cleaners. And again, I use Young Living. I'm not going to kid you. And it was one of my students that got me into it about a year ago. Again, I didn't pay much mind to it. At first, but then again, I started watching the news. I started watching things, and she would hit me up. She's like, did you see this article? Did you see that article? I'm like, oh my God, and these studies are starting to show that, this stuff is no good for us. And why should I subject the people that I love most to something that's no good for them? So again, I've gone into a chemical-free living, a chemical-free home, and I've been pretty much like this for a little while. Again, I'm vegetarian. I eat clean. 90% vegetarian. I'm not going to say I don't cheat. I try to give my kids as much organic stuff as possible, non-GMO in the house. But now I've taken that next step, and I've gotten rid of all the chemicals in the home. And I'm super new to this. Like, I really thought, I was like, oh my God, this is going to cost me an arm and a leg, whatever the case is. And I started putting the math together, and what I was using in these chemicals, I'm actually saving money because it's concentrate and all that other stuff. And I was like, why not? So I set it all up. I started doing it, and I started talking to other people, and they started getting on board. I was like, holy shit, like, this is crazy. So, right, because there's more and more of us out there starting to starting to see that, let me tell you something, like what I think I'm spending the extra money on, I'm not, but in the long run, taking my kids to the doctors is far more expensive than me keeping them healthy, week after week, especially we're coming into the winter months, and I'm down here in Florida and we still get sick in the winter months and stuff like that. But keeping my kids healthy, keeping them out of the doctors is far more important to me than anything else out there. And I'm sure it is to a lot of you out there as well, thinking about that with your kids. So I highly recommend, right, if this is something that, you're starting to do too, go ahead and comment below, right? Give this a like, comment below. Let me know your feelings on chemicals in the home and what you're doing to, right? You can kind of see, here's their stuff here, right? Moana. Let me know what your thoughts are, about this, right? Even the guys do it. I'm a single guy. I'm a single dad. And I try to keep a clean ship, and I don't like the mocos in my home, and I don't like when my kids are sick. I'll be honest with you that it hurts me more than anything to see them sick or to have a fever or whatever. And, and I know if you're two parents out there, it's double, right? But when you're a single dad and you got to do what you got to do, it's the world to me to make sure that my kids are healthy and staying healthy, but longevity-wise staying healthy, not just colds and stuff like that. I don't want to get some kind of crazy, disease because these chemicals are burning holes in their DNA or something ridiculous. I want some all natural stuff. And I think we're all really tired of it. And I think it's time we start taking a stand against this, these ungodly things that they're giving us, and they're calling it, okay, because we all know, especially if you live here in the U.S., that the FDA is full of it. And in the end, it's all about the almighty dollar, what goes into our bodies. And again, I don't want this crap going into my little ones' bodies. Even I'm so secure about this stuff. I'll clean their bathroom with this stuff around it. I don't fear that, I don't fear that getting onto their toothbrushes or anything like that, or their little hands. I diffuse the stuff to keep the crap out of the house. So go ahead, comment below, give this a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts about it and what you're doing to start doing a clean house. And remember, guys, I'm a guy. So, let's be honest. If I'm a guy and I'm doing it, I know you ladies are all about it. Guys, don't be bashful about this. I promise you, don't be bashful about this. Let me tell you something. If you have kids, if you have infants, if you have toddlers, you know how grimy they can get. It's just the God's truth. But the worst feeling in the world is when your kid is sick and fevers and sore throats and everything like that. I'm serious about this, guys, so go ahead, comment below. Let me know what you're doing to get rid of the chemicals in your home. I'm letting you know, and I'm going to kind of take you on my journey, kind of show you what I'm doing, right, to keep my home clean without chemicals, even so much as I'm starting to trade out, right, the shampoos, getting organic shampoos, stuff like that through Young Living. Again, I don't want this crap. I don't want to subject. I think with shampoo, we're subjecting our kids to over 300 chemicals immediately when they wake up just by washing their hair. 300 chemicals. This is getting, we wonder why they're ADHD or they're all over the place. Let's start by getting rid of some of this crap, and let's see how they're doing before we start putting them on Adderall and putting them on the pills and all this other crap out there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm totally against it, and I'm against the chemicals. So comment below. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk to you later.